Unbeknownst to anyone in Pimp Circle, something sinister was brewing. In walks Larry Adams, a.k.a. Four Finger Larry, a D-boy from Jackson, Mississippi, who was running with Pimp.
He said a D-boy. I thought he said a B-boy. I'm like,
Some of the
this nigga a
people
dancer?
closest to Pimp had no idea who Larry was. For example, Pimp's artist, 17 the Hog, would go on record stating that he knew Larry as L.A., and that's all that he knew of him, to dispel the rumors and shed light on what actually had taken place the night Pimp was murdered.
Tell me about Buddy.
Buddy, the nigga who killed my cousin.
Got that from a reliable source.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's the reliable source? Thank you. The streets.
I don't really think nobody fucking with me anyway, you know what I'm saying? 24 fucking hundred. I come from that fucking block. I been out that Johnny up and up that cutter. If we cannot get.
Welcome back. We back with another reaction video. Today we're reacting to a video about Pimp C, but hold on, let me see who the author is, creator is. 504 Street Stories and Worldwide Gangster News. The perfectly planned murder of Pimp C, his wife married his killer. Ain't no fucking way, boy. That's some diabolical ass work. I know she didn't like the nigga for real. All right. Anyway, let's get right.
Believes he was murdered, and she basically breaks down the reasons why she believes that.
Why would you think he had something to do with the murder of Pimp C?
It's too many things that's just not coincidences.
My guy Pimp C,
right,
who's like my little brother and who I saw probably 48 hours before he passed. I'm like, so right off the rip, I'm like, what happened? What happened? Like, what happened? And all I get back is, well, he was in his room by himself and they found him. I'm like, was the door, did it have that thing on it? Like, was it the lock? Like, tell me something. Like, you know what I mean? And the most I could get was, I never got if the door was locked or not. I had to break it down. Because if the door wasn't locked, that means somebody left out.
So, right. What is this thing that I'm hearing about Shannara supposed to have married this dude, Larry?
Chad Butler, a.k.a. Pimp C, was found dead December the 4th of 2007 in a Los
That nigga name was Chad? What the what? Okay.
Angeles hotel after headlining a few spot tour dates in California with Too Shorts. The Mondrian Hotel in West Hollywood, located on the Sunset Strip, where Pimp's body would be found after failing to check out at his scheduled checkout time. At the time of Pimp's death, the media will report that he had a history of sleep apnea, a condition that causes the sufferer to stop breathing for short periods during sleep.
The Houston rap duo Kings was at the peak of its career on the charts and on the way to a Grammy nomination when tragedy struck in December.
That's when Chad Butler, known as Pimp C, died in a Los Angeles hotel room. The turnout at his funeral in Port Arthur showed just how much he was loved and admired in this area. Just this week, the L.A. County Coroner's Office ruled the rapper's death accidental and attributed it to a combination of a sleep disorder called apnea, and prescription-strength cough syrup. And our guest this morning is Bernard Freeman, known as Bun B. He is one of those who was closest to Pimp C.
Good morning, and thanks for being here. Now, you were one of Chad's best partners, grew up with him, but you're going to be doing a concert tonight.
Yes, I am.
Now, this concert is following the release of the information which says that sleep apnea and syrup, and we know that syrup on the streets usually has codeine.
Absolutely.
When you heard that, what went through your mind?
Well, it was sad, but it's a definitely real thing. You know, living in Houston, Texas, being a person that affiliates with the common man on the street, we all know that in Houston, Texas, we have a problem now with the cough syrup epidemic. And while it wasn't solely the cause of his death, we have to be very real about the consequences to some of these things. Pimp C did have a prescription for it, but you have to be very careful when you get prescriptions for certain things, because sometimes you can tend to go a little too far with some of these things. They have very strong addictive qualities, pills and syrups and whatnot. So to anyone out there, you know, that thinking about sipping syrup or currently abusing syrup, it may want to take a very good look at yourself, a long look at yourself.
Nigga, no, Bun B, tell him don't do it. I get it's culture-ish, but man, that's a part of the culture that's killing it.
But in this case, we were told that the bottle did not have a prescription label on it.
Right. Well, I wasn't in Los Angeles, so I'm not sure exactly about the bottle itself. But in Houston, on the streets, there is an epidemic with the people sipping the cough syrup, and it's something that's going to have to be addressed.
Music as well?
Yes, there is
there's also
songs.
Big Mo and then DJ Screw. Apparently, there might have been a connection as well with syrup there. Is it changing the music?
I can only speak for myself personally. You know what I'm saying? We had been toning down the content of certain things in the music lately. My new album, of course, probably won't have any references to cough syrup in it. But
Hold on. See, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. That kind of fits, but like, bro, let's stop pushing that bullshit. Respectfully. Niggas ending up with lean bellies. big pot belly stomach. Like, man, pack that shit up, bro.
It's a little bit more than the music. I think it's going to start affecting the personal lives of a lot of artists and people in the Houston rap scene.
It was this in tandem with sipping, which allegedly suppressed Pimp's breathing long enough to bring on his death. These are the actual events that would take place before.
Then you pouring it in Sprite, nigga. Straight sugar on sugar. Yeah. That Sprite ain't even good for you. You mixing something bad with something worse.
During and after the death of Pimp C. Contrary to media headlines, toxicology reports would find that Pimp had not consumed enough drink to die from sipping. In fact, it was Mama West who was very vocal about Pimp's cause of death. Outraged and depressed both at the same time, Mama West tell anyone that would listen that her son had been poisoned.
Drink.
He was looking for drink.
And they found small traces of that. Not enough. They did say it wasn't enough to kill him. Now, y'all do know they said it wasn't enough to kill him.
Yeah.
And he had a prescription for that. And they tried to blame it on sleep apnea.
Yep.
And them both is what took him out, is what the coroner's report said.
Mama died saying my baby was poisoned with cyanide. Her wish was to raise up enough money to have the body exhumed, yes, to do her own independent one.
Let's rewind. Chad Butler, aka Pimp C, married his wife Shanara in 2003 while he was serving time after falling behind on his community service obligations imposed after he pleaded no contest to an aggravated assault charge, which stemmed from an incident in which he brandished a 9 during an argument with a woman in Sharpstown Mall. 23 or 24 years.
Well, his name was Pimp C. True. Also, Pimp C was married, nigga. Thank you. Like, bro, you should have changed the name. He'll be pimping married. Not likely.
Years old at the time that they were married, Shanara had known Pimp ever since they were kids. Per Shanara, she and Pimp didn't start dating until she was 20 years old.
I remember when Chad proposed to me. It was before I had my daughter Christian. And for me, I was 23, 24.
After almost 4 years in prison, Pimp C became a free man just before noon on December the 30th of 2005. Pimp was released a month after he was granted parole. Pimp had served about half of an 8-year sentence on the aggravated assault charge. Since his incarceration in January of 2002, Free Pimp C had been a rallying call for rappers and UGK fans, not only in Texas, but across the country. Numerous rap stars appeared in music videos, concerts, and award shows rocking Free Pimp C t-shirts. In July of 2006, Pimp put out his second solo album, Pimpalation, and the first UGK project after Pimp's release, 2007's double disc Underground Kings, spawning the hit single International Players Anthem, featuring Outkast. Pimp, who had been welcomed home with open arms upon his release from prison, seemed as if he and Bun were on their way to the top.
That went far, tell him. A Bentley?
When Pimp was released from prison, there was no doubt that he was on a mission. His mentality was different, the way he carried himself was different, and his agenda within the music had changed. Time in prison seemed to have opened Pimp's eyes to a different perspective about the music industry, and similar to Tupac when he first got released, Pimp stirred up a lot of controversy with his Ozone interview, calling out music executives fake rappers, and he would even diss the entire city of Atlanta. More importantly, Pimp talked about unifying Texas and squashing the rap beat.
Well, how the hell you gonna how you gonna diss Atlanta? And they say I'm trying to unify Texas. And this nigga on some war tactics. Look, bro, let's focus the hate towards them niggas and unify us. It's us versus them.
In the music scene of H-Town, unbeknownst to anyone in Pimp's circle, something sinister was brewing. In walks Larry Adams, aka Four Finger Larry, a D-boy from Jackson, Mississippi, who was running with Pimp.
He said a D-boy. I thought he said a B-boy. I'm like,
some
this
of
nigga
the people
dancer?
closest to Pimp had no idea who Larry was. For example, Pimp's artist, 17 the Hog, would go on record stating that he knew Larry as L.A., and that's all that he knew of him.
Who was a guy named Buddy?
Man, named Larry.
Okay.
We called him L.A. And
brother, that nigga voice is God tier. What is going on? How do you get your vocal that deep?
I didn't know him. You feel me? When I got there, I didn't know him, but Pimp would always tell me, like, what L.A. say,
Went on to say that LA will pop up at shows and venues. In an unfortunate turn of events, Chad Butler, aka Pimp C, was found dead in his hotel room Tuesday morning, December the 4th of 2007. After answering a 911 call, the LA County Fire Department discovered Pimp dead in his 6th-floor room in the Mondrian Hotel. Conflicting stories of what actually happened would take the music industry by storm. After nearly 16 years since Pimp's passing, Pimp's cousin Edgar would take to the Super Tight podcast to dispel the rumors and shed light on what actually had taken place the night Pimp was murdered.
Tell me about Buddy.
Buddy, the nigga who killed my cousin.
Got that from a reliable source.
Yeah.
And who's the reliable source? Thank you. The streets.
Where did you hear?
So the story I heard, it was multiple people inside the hotel room. Female, I think maybe it'd be a male and another male probably. So
Super Tight exclusive.
So C went to the restroom and Buddy said, look, y'all don't say nothing. I'm gonna play a joke on Pimp. And he poured something into his drink. And when he came back from the restroom, he started drinking it and almost immediately started throwing up blood. And what made me believe that, I packed C bags after he passed.
From that same hotel?
From that same hotel. I pulled back the cover of the bed and there was blood in the bed. So that's what made me believe that story to be true.
Oh, Buddy
like
did it.
You and I said that you had heard the same thing, that he was going around bragging.
Yep.
That he had done this.
Yep.
What?
Yes.
And what are the police doing about this? Not a damn Rasclot Bomba Rastin.
In the streets of Jackson.
And I heard it from someone who at one point really didn't know I was even affiliated with Pimp, but we were associated through a former organization I was with.
Yes.
And we just got to talking. He said, hey man, what's up with Buddy? And I was like, I've heard this and heard that. It's like, man, well, what you heard is true because I'm from Jackson.
'80s ass beat.
This, however, wouldn't be the only shocking revelation that will rock the internet. Shannara Butler, Pimp's wife, would take to the Dine in Houston podcast for an interview. It was during that interview that Shannara would display suspect body language after being asked certain questions about Pimp. The nail in the coffin would be Shannara revealing the fact that she too was in Pimp's room at the time of his murder. Shockingly, Shannara would say that she left Pimp's hotel room to move the car or some shit like that. I don't know about y'all, but this shit seems pretty fishy to me.
This my thing is that it annoys the fuck out of me that they say Chad died of drink, because that's not how he died. And it's not true. That's the other part, because I ask people, can you kill yourself twice? No, I'm just asking, can you not to my knowledge, so you can't die from sleep apnea and die from, like, come on. Yeah. Then I was just there, so it's not like, yeah.
Oh, wait, you was in California?
Yeah, like, I left, long story short, shit, again. I left to move the car.
Nah, man, I need the long story. I need the short story long. No. You on a podcast. What the hell is you skipping airtime for? Trying to cut down the story of one of the greatest rappers from Texas. You know what I'm saying? Losing their life. Nah, nigga, I need the whole story.
Really wild is that not long after Pimp's death, the streets were saying that Shannara was allegedly having an affair with Larry and would ultimately end up marrying him.
She's a vibe.
Is it true that Pimp C's wife married a man named Buddy?
Buddy?
Same Buddy?
His name,
that is.
His name was Larry.
I don't know how true any of this shit is, but if that's actually true, he's down bad for that one. The situation would get even more crazy. Larry would show up to Pimp's funeral with bodyguards as if he thought something was going to go down.
Hey, you know what's crazy? Buddy was behind him with security. What was that about?
I saw David Banner.
I'm talking about old Buddy. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh.
Buddy had security at the funeral.
Why y'all keep calling
For
this
what?
nigga old
I'm
Buddy?
looking at him like, what the fuck you got all these niggas around you for?
Wow.
On June 14th of 2013, Larry Franklin Adams of Jackson, Mississippi, died in Fresno, California at the age of 30.
Underground Kings was at the peak of its career on the.
So, apparently, police didn't have to do shit. man. Police ain't got to do nothing. Nigga don't exist no more.
The charts and on the way to a Grammy nomination when tragedy struck in December.
That's when Chad Butler, known as Pimp C, died in a Los Angeles hotel room. The turnout at his funeral in Port Arthur showed just how much he was loved and admired in this area. Just this week, the LA County Coroner's Office ruled the rapper's death accidental and attributed it to a combination of a sleep disorder called apnea, and prescription-strength cough syrup. And our guest this morning is Bernard Freeman, known as Bun B. He is one of those who was closest to Pimp C.
Good morning, and thanks for being here. Now, you were one of Chad's best partners, grew up with him. But you're going to be doing a concert tonight.
Yes, I am.
Now, this concert is following the release of the information which says that sleep apnea and syrup, and we know that syrup on the streets usually has codeine.
Absolutely.
When you heard that, what went through your mind?
Well, it was sad, but it's a definitely real thing. You know, living in Houston, Texas, being a person that affiliates with the common man on the street.
This Huey and Wiley look. Oh, what the hell? Huey and Wiley uncle and shit. Anthony Davis is a wizard. What the fuck is happening? The 76ers are trading Jeremy Kane to the Thunder for a 2026 first-round pick. Oh, is that all right? That's it. That's all the news. All right, I'm back.
We all know that in Houston, Texas, we have a problem now with the cough syrup epidemic. And while it wasn't solely the cause of his death, we have to be very real about the consequences to some of these things. Pimp C did have a prescription for it, but you have to be very careful when you get prescriptions for certain things, because sometimes you can tend to go a little too far with some of these things. They have very strong addictive qualities, pills and whatnot. So to anyone out there, you know, that thinking about sipping syrup or currently abusing syrup, you may want to take a very good look at yourself, a long look at yourself in that cup.
But in this case, we were told that the bottle did not have a prescription label on it.
Right. Well, I wasn't in Los Angeles, so I'm not sure exactly about the bottle itself, but in Houston, on the streets, there is an epidemic with the people sipping the cough syrup, and it's something that's going to have to be addressed.
Music as well?
Yes, there is
there's also
songs.
Big Mo and then DJ Screw. Apparently, there might have been a connection as well with syrup there. Is it changing the music?
I can only speak for myself personally. You know what I'm saying? We had been toning down the content of certain things in the music lately. My new album, of course, probably won't have any references to cough syrup in it, but it's a little bit more than the music. I think it's going to start affecting the personal lives of a lot of artists and people in the Houston rap scene.
Now, Underground Kings. Now, after 8 albums, 14 years together, he dies, but you get a Grammy nomination.
Wow. Yeah, it was bittersweet, to say the least. But, you know, this is all due to Chad and his blessed talents. He was a very talented young man, had a very strong, clear vision of where he wanted to go musically. And this Grammy was something that he had always said that we would one day be able to get, which I wasn't really sure about it myself, but I had all the confidence in the world in him. So we stuck at it. We kept moving forward. He kept bringing all the talent that he possessed, putting it into the music, and we ended up coming up with this great song with Outkast, Players Anthem, produced by 3 6 Mafia, and the powers that be acknowledged it, and we have a Grammy nomination now, and it's all due to Chad.
Well, congratulations, and you're also going to be performing tonight.
Yes.
This will be the first time since he passed away. Was it something that was a little bit hard for you?
Yeah, initially, you know, there were a lot of offers that had come through for a lot of money to get the first concert, but it wasn't really about money. I wanted to make sure that I had given myself enough time to grieve. I wanted to make sure that the venue we chose to come back at and the city we chose to come back at was the right place, because we have a lot of fans that are also grieving with us. Yeah. And with Houston being, you know, the home base for the group, I thought it was the right place to come. I thought now was the right time, and today's a good day. It's going to be a beautiful sunny day,
yes,
like Mike said.
Right? The weather is just perfect.
And we just hope everybody comes out and celebrates it with us. We're going to uplift Pimp C's name and let everybody know it's still UGK for life.
And you did say that his mom was going to be attending this concert tonight?
His mom called. Well, she called me, and she was like, I want to come, but I don't want to make it, you know, a little bit over-emotional for you. But I had to let her know the reality is it's going to be an emotional night anyway. So, you know, I may need her as a rock to lean on, you know.
And not a bad rock to lean on as well.
Absolutely.
All right, Bernard Freeman, known in the music industry as Bun B.
Already.
Thank you so very much. The best of luck with that concert tonight as you get back into performing all over again.
Thank you both.
We appreciate you opening up as well.
I appreciate it.
So that was the end of the video. I don't know if Pimp C got poisoned. Apparently the wife married his quote-unquote killer, and he's no longer with us. So not to say she had anything to do with it, but you two looking like that's the end of the video though. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share the video, share your thoughts on the video in the comment section below. Rest in peace, Pimp C. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Stay safe, y'all. Anthony Davis is a fucking wizard. This shit getting wicked.
Baby, slide by to my mind.